Saunders from Build-A-Bear Workshop. I'm here with Chief and founder of Build-A-Bear Workshop, Maxine and renowned author and teacher, Stacey Bess. Thank you guys for coming today.
Glad to be here.
So today we're honoring the 2011 Huggable Heroes. And Maxine, I was just wondering if you could tell me a little bit about the program and just how it started.
The program started, actually, before we started Build-A-Bear, at least in our heads. We were thinking about what we could do to use Build-A-Bear as a platform as a successful business, which we hope to be, to attract young people to do good things, as a teddy bear would do. So the teddy bear inspires good things, and kids doing good things should be rewarded. And so that's how the Huggable Heroes came to pass. It took us a few years to really get it going, but once it did, it's been a part of our culture ever since.
So we invited Stacey to speak for the program. I was wondering, what about her story inspired you to invite her to be a part of it?
Well, at Build-A-Bear, we know that it takes a village to raise a bear, and one of the most important people that are part of a child's village is their teachers. And not all of us are as fortunate as others to have great teachers. We all have some we can report to for sure, but I felt when I heard Stacey's story, I watched the movie on TV and I ordered the book and I read it and I thought, wow, this is just such a great story we have to share.
Stacey, what about your experience have you learned from teaching underprivileged and homeless children?
Well, I would say the number one lesson that I have learned is that we do make a difference. That these kids really do listen and they really do respond to what we have to say, and so it is our responsibility to say everything good and to give them every opportunity that we can give them. We can choose to give them negative, or we can choose to give them tools to be successful.
And I know that you've said, even when we feel like we have nothing to give, we have something to give. Could you explain that?
Everybody has something to give. You don't have to have skills. You don't have to have a degree or awards to be important to kids. But most of us are afraid to step outside of our comfort zone, and that's not a good excuse. My job or my mission in life is to remind people that we can't hide anymore. We need to reach out to our kids.
It just reminded me of something when my grandpa seemed really old, and he was a little crotchety. And I remember one time listening into the conversation that my mom, because they lived with us, was having with my grandpa, and my grandpa said, "We don't have 2 nickels to rub together." And my mother said, "Well, we have 2 nickels, and then we have one for us and one for somebody else. That's all we have, but if we have 2, we have one for ourselves and one for somebody else." And I think that really sat well with me, because I thought, well, that's what you're supposed to do. It isn't, if you at least have 2 of something, then one's for you and one's for somebody else. And as a child, I think that's a really important thing to teach. And so our Huggable Heroes program not only rewards the kids that are already doing this, but I think it inspires kids to think about themselves. And I think kids today do think a lot more globally. As you could tell from our Huggable Heroes, they don't think about just helping in their backyard. They think about helping in Africa or in India, and that's pretty amazing.
Well, thank you so much, you guys, for being here today with me.